Hello there, and welcome to the Procast live on Maconi Entertainment. My name is Michael Cozy Jr., and I'm joined by fellow eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series competitor Ryan Doucette for the second episode of the Procast on Maconi Entertainment. Tonight is race 2 of the Road to Pro iRacing Series, where anyone with a Class A oval license can compete to try and make it to round 2 of Road to Pro, where they can then advance to Contender and Coke Series if they make the cut. Ryan and I have both cut our teeth and survived the grind, which is why we are up here tonight to give our thoughts. To give you a brief overview of what the Procast is, it is a simple concept and a whole lot of fun. Each week, two drivers from the Coke Series will be right here on Maconi Entertainment commentating over the top split action from our friends at FTF. We're here to give you our thoughts, opinions, and honest reactions to everything we are watching from our future competitors. Nolan Rempel in the booth is here to make us all look good and help us bring this broadcast to life. Now, Ryan, what the hell are we going to see here tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm excited to find out. I know you've got experience with this whole broadcasting thing from Daytona, but this is my first time. I'm looking forward to it. Vegas is a fun track. I think tonight will be a pretty action-packed race.
Hell yeah! I mean, we both started with this track, I guess, round 2 last year. I don't really remember. I had a really boring race. I don't know about you.
I don't remember a whole lot of the details of it.
You had a boring race too. I think it turned into fuel mileage. I don't know what split you're in. I think I want to say we were both in the same one. Jeez, feels like so long ago now.
I
But
know.
we're sitting here kind of waiting for qualifying to wrap up. We got about 30 times in, and we're gonna get this thing rolling here in just a few minutes. I'm excited to get this one rolling. We got a lot of fast names in here and covering this top split action, man. This is where most of the guys that are probably going to fill out the contender series are going to be at. And we already got one round in at Daytona, but Vegas, this is where we really get a good chance to see where everybody's at race pace wise. Some of these tracks we're going to end up going to. So I know,
Yeah,
yeah.
last Daytona is I always like to call it whenever we ran Road to Pro. Road to Pro.
Yeah, it's gonna be what did you say, 25 laps of plate racing, and I don't know what comes after that. Do you think they're gonna lose a little bit of grip?
I think so. I think so. Yeah, after lap 25, everything, the whole race changes.
Well, let's hopefully see if we get there or not, because they're gonna be probably at least 2-3 wide there for a minute. And oh, here we go. Look at this. We got a starting grid.
Look at that.
Botafuco, how about that? Had a bad week in Daytona, starting out on pole, and Kenny Humpy, one of the OG names from the top series, Peak Series back in the day.
Paper
Got merch
teammate
up in
Seth. Oh,
there. Yes,
yep.
sir.
Seth the Merchant starting third. Logan Clampett starting, what is that, 11th, I think? Ray Alfalla right
Alfala.
next to him. Two former Coke drivers.
That's right. Alfala had a bad week in Daytona. He's going to try to get back after it here in Vegas. See a couple names we raced with in contender there: Boyd and Navarro, Mercurio.
Kenny Brady.
Trying to get back. Boy, who else we got here? We got somebody. Here we go. Got Drew.
Elias
He's
Holter
always
in red.
good. Larry
Holter's got his own
Pace.
special color.
Yeah, what's going on there? James, he's in the Dash for Cash or something or other. Uh, Larry Pace, Daytona winner, coming from deep this week. Let's see what he's got. Did good on the plate stuff last week. I think it's gonna be pretty close to the same thing there for at least a little while. A lot of drafties. Look at Marcus.
Starting deep.
Late Altus entry. How about that? All right. There we go. Full 35 trucks. 32 took time. 3 guys did not. I would definitely not want to drive from the back of this field, but they get to wrecking. They get to clogging up there. I don't know. That might be a good move.
Well, I think starting from the back and going to the front's definitely doable. This is one of the more racy tracks in the schedule, I feel like.
It's true.
And one thing that's got me, I've just now started thinking of it kind of, is this a 100 lap race? I'm not 100% sure they can do 50 laps on fuel. They might.
Mm. Hmm. Yeah, we had that same problem. We did this last year. I remember that, and I remember I did not go on the fuel saving strategy because that's no fun. But that's exactly what won it last year, at least in our split. So, of course, caution will probably change that at any point. But I don't know. A lot of these end up going green. We'll see. Here we go. Look at that beautiful field coming down the back stretch. Oh man, we're gonna race some NASCAR trucks tonight. Are you ready, Ryan? Look at that. 69 track temp. Nice. Air temp 69. Nice. 17% humidity. We got some wins.
Cool night in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
That's
69,
certainly
that's not bad. Comfortable
that's
weather.
yeah, that's certainly gonna help out too. Not a hot, slick Vegas. Like I feel like I'm always used to. I mean, this is cool under the lights. It's gonna be drafty. It's gonna be fast. Here we go.
Rolling off 4. There goes the pace car. Start locking. And
Oh,
they're
here we
going.
go. Yeah, all right. Well, this first lap, I'm scared. I don't know what we're gonna get, but I would imagine it's probably gonna be loose here. Be careful, everybody through the pack. It is so easy to junk at lap one just with a quick move anywhere in this pack. They're all clean. Ooh, look at this. Them guys snaking down the back. Nobody wants to give up that bottom.
Dan's got himself a nice 2 truck length lead over the top line. Merch right behind him.
Yeah, Merchant's in a good spot. Started on the bottom, rolling up P2, probably ride there for a while. Nobody's probably gonna, these early road to pro races, you sit up there, especially top five. I never really got up there too often, but anytime I did, it's a lot more chill of an experience than the 10th on back, 15th on back. Oh boy.
And that outside line, I expected them to last a little bit longer than they are right now.
Yeah, they headed out.
Fell apart pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's interesting. It makes me wonder then. This is kind of reminded me of Daytona. There was a nice long single file line after a while. You have to imagine probably some of these guys probably want to save some fuel.
Fuel, tires, either of the two. I expected a few more people to go for track position though at the beginning.
Yeah. It always seems there's always that one caution that ruins it, but like I said, a lot of these just end up going green. I either way, I don't know. The way it went last year the strategies were pretty close. Either saving because it's if I remember correctly, you still have to save a decent amount. But it doesn't look like it's going to be that hard because it looks like everybody's just kind of chilling out right now. Yeah, second lane's definitely not as I really thought it was going to be a little bit more pancakey to start off here.
Looks like around maybe 10th or 12th place is got the first truck on the outside kind of moving along. Yeah, I expected that middle lane just from hearing how the sea opens have gone this week. I expected that middle lane to kind of be the fast lane and people cycling out to kind of go to the bottom, but that does not seem like it's the case.
Yeah. That's one thing I did here was the sea opens were quite a mess, but pretty clean to start off. We're doing pretty good. Trying to see here. Look at that. That outside line. It's almost it's eerily similar to Daytona. We saw there for a minute. To be fair, they got off three wide, but it's like that outside's just one by one starting to like get together, form up, just like Daytona, and start their run back to the front. Um, I always hated this stuff. I wish these trucks had more horsepower. So much throttle racing. It's tough to do anything.
Yeah, this season it feels like the first 4 tracks almost are plate races, but at least this track you get a little bit of tire wear as the run goes on. It takes a while, but
Mm,
you'll eventually start racing.
that's true. Yeah, it's a fun little, especially 1 and 2. You get the bumps down there, but real wide groove. That's real fun late. Late in the run, you can really work that, especially with some of the upper grooves. Roll it.
That third groove comes in late in the run.
Larry Pace, Daytona winner, just hanging in the back. That single file line. Ooh, that is dense back there. It makes me nervous.
Yeah, middle of the pack's always a no-go zone for me. Anywhere beyond 10th. I either want to be in the top 10 or
Hmm.
last 10. Nowhere in between there until the tires start falling off.
I tell you what, somebody's going that first 10. That's Clamp. Start 11th up to 6th, and he is making it outside work. He is rolling on some of these guys, getting on the right rear. He looks like he wants to go to the front. I want to see somebody race. Let's see it.
Guys still can't seem to decide whether or not they want that outside to form at the front yet. Clamp's making it work on his own. It looks like though.
Oh, yeah, he's driving good. You go up front, Fuko and Seth, Breyer up there, all just chilling. What a great spot to be in. Probably do whatever you want, save
Ooh,
all you
looking
want.
three.
Oh, look at this.
Who is
That's the other
that?
thing. It makes me nervous. That trial, man, the way that gets wide, that's gonna get real racy if we if it gets
That was
down to the end of this.
Alex McCollum that threw it three on the bottom there.
Hmm.
He made it work.
About to throw it down there again. There we go. Good backstretch view. Yeah, it's getting pancakey in the middle of the field. That's where the trouble goes down. Look at that. 2 and 3 wide. Some of these guys wanting to make their charge to the front. Some of these guys probably still hanging back. Some of these guys just right back in there. Top of 3.
Yep. That is not a spot you want to be in this early in the race.
Ripping. Mm.
Looks like he's going backwards.
It's more 3 wide. Two almost 3 rows
Ooh.
of it. It is. Ugh. Every lap it makes the corners get just a little bit more sketchy. I didn't get to do any laps on what they were running this week, but and after match you probably got to get pretty deep in here before it gets starting a little gets a little squirrely.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part about it. You gotta kind of, well, it for us watching it makes it exciting to look at, but as a driver, it's like, oh, can we get to the part where the tires fall off?
Yeah,
Or
that's all I
maybe you
ever
don't
wanted
want
to.
that.
Well, yeah, it certainly depends on whatever position you're in, but man, it's just like some of these guys back here middle 3, it's like, what are we doing, man? You want to go one way or another?
I haven't seen much movement up at the front. Everyone's kind of
Mm-hmm.
staying in line, working together.
Oh, look at that. See some blocking up there. Something. I haven't seen any. I thought I'd see some good blocks by now. I haven't seen any good defensive lines. Trying to hold on to that bottom. That's always my favorite part of the road to pro races. Bottom line
I
OP.
I know he experienced quite a bit of that on Tuesday night at Milwaukee.
Yeah. 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 Get used to it, boys. Not much different when you get to the top. Oh boy, look at this. Top 3 is starting to kind of mosey their way just a little bit away. Starting to pull these guys a little bit at a time. Like you see them gaps quite a bit more than about look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, and then really then the rest of everybody. But um, oh, here we go. We
Oh,
can start racing.
move for
Oh,
the lead.
look at this. Here
Breyer
comes
trying to
Briar.
go by Butefuko.
All right, we got us a race now. Rode for about 15 laps. Briar's like, all right, it's time to take the lead.
2 by 2.
He's on him good here. What's Merch gonna do?
Oh,
He's gonna go
Merch
with him.
up to the top.
Who's that? 28, 26. I'm having a rough time seeing this. I'll make this a little bigger on my end. That's Cody. Cody Turtlin. Sorry if I butchered that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna let you do it, not. I didn't want to be the one to butcher that. Oh, we're
Cody's having a
looking at 3 wide, maybe. Nah.
yeah. See, Cody's just sitting back there. That's a good spot to be. Just like, what are these guys gonna do? Briar takes over the lead. All right. Fugo gonna hang back. Is he gonna take it back? And then what's Merch do? Does he strike? Does he ride? I don't know. But right now, Briar is looking fast. He's
Yeah,
checking out.
they let Daniel lead for the first 15 or so. Breyer's taking over. I have a feeling we're gonna see Breyer in the lead for a while at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that thing looks dialed in, very smooth. Get some of the racing here in the back, in the middle, a little bit everywhere. Look at this.
Got the 11 truck, Brian Mercurio. The 9 truck is Zach Nichols side by side.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're racing for about the 12th, 13th spot. I lied.
Oh yeah, look at that. I'm trying to see the back of this pack, like all the way at the back. So it looks like they're kind of singling out back there. And I'm still once again thinking about the guys that are probably going to try to save some fuel and make it. But it looks like the majority of the pack is going after pretty. Yeah, look at that. You see that just last little bit of the shot. It looks like there's a nice little single file line of stragglers just kind of hanging out. Let me see what these guys do.
Organized, making sure they're not losing the draft. But I don't know. I feel like they may have I feel like they would have separated more had they been saving fuel. They might, but very organized.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just went back here to look. I saw Marcus is back there in that group. He is just hanging out. Looks like it's a group of a couple of them, but I don't know. Everybody else is just double file, man. Double file, gridlock. Look at that. So frustrating. Like you said, it's a driver, but putting on a good show. I tell you what, that's another thing. Is hot topic damage model. Just you double file like that the entire race almost. It feels like so long off the start of the race. Like you start double file, you're still double file 20 laps into this dang race. You're just like so many opportunities. Just one door bang, can slow you down so much with just a little bit of damage. And it really, man, it can ruin your night. Cost you a lot of points. Tell you that.
That's for sure. I don't remember if it was this year or last year, but I know our teammate Tucker Minter got some phantom door damage that was barely even visible, and it prevented him from getting pretty much any runs down the straightaway. He managed to salvage a good finish out of it, but it definitely makes it tough to pass.
Yeah. Like a parachute, literally, just like they say, even in iRacing, something like that. Whatever it does, it slows you down. It's not very fun.
Definitely not. Thankfully, I don't think it's as bad in the truck as it is in the Xfinity car, but it definitely hurts you still.
Mm-hmm. But it's a good reminder for all these Road to Pro guys. Keep it out of the wall and keep it out of the truck next to you as much as you can. It goes a long ways, that's for sure. Making the next couple of rounds. Got to stay clean. Even in these quick races, man. It goes by quick. But already reaching the first quarter of this race. A quick little 100 lapper here at Vegas. It goes quick, man. It goes quick.
Yep, on the point of roughing people up. Once you get to the Coke Series with that new damage model that's on that Cup car, you can
Yeah.
throw all the haymakers you want.
Yeah, unless it's under caution. Can't do that.
That is a no-no.
Anyways, look at this. A lot of these guys starting to single out now. We can still got some double foul action back in here.
Looking like the groove, as we've been kind of joking around, I feel like the groove may have moved up to the second lane there in 1 and 2. You see those guys in the bottom struggling.
Yeah, probably handling starting to play a factor at this point. And Potafuco's still hanging good. Look at that. Those guys moving up.
Yeah, Brian, Daniel kind of wrapping that first seam. Merch back there kind of leading the brigade all the way down to the white line.
I like that.
Looks like Briar's driving a little bit defensive at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looked like he got around him pretty easy. But man, I tell you what, I still feel like I don't have a very good understanding with these tires. But man, it's so easy to use them up. Just passing one truck, and then you're just getting run over right as soon as you pass it. Can happen. And Merch is still
Oh,
cruising, man. Merch is in the catbird seat. I'm telling you, just like
he very
Daytona.
he may well be. He hasn't made too many aggressive moves yet. Um, he his tires may be all right where he wants them.
I hope so. Cody's well back there, just chilling, watching those top four go at it.
Blinker.
Mm.
That red truck on the bottom, not quite sure who that is. But gotta watch out for that.
That's probably losing some packets.
I think that's Dominic Lukomsky in that red 28 truck. I think he was up at the front at the beginning of this. Oh, what's going on there?
Oh,
35 truck. Not sure who that is. It's a Budweiser truck. Hell yeah.
King of Beers. Not King of the Racetrack tonight. Yeah,
35.
off the pace. Got some problems back in there. That'd be Eugene Mozganoff. Yeah, that back
Here's
bumper
our
is shaped like a
replay.
U. Oh.
Oh, there was a
Ooh.
large check up in the middle of the pack that caused that. And unfortunately, Dominic looks like he got the worst of it.
That's tough. Just like we were talking about, man. He's going to be suffering that damage the whole rest of the way. Look at there.
Mr. Moskanov rather. Oh,
Ooh. Oh, that started way up there.
man, what a save. Who was that?
That was a nice save. Nice save by everybody there. Shame Eugene got so much damage out of that one. But it's going to keep it going, but well off the pace, and unfortunately probably slower than everybody the rest of the race with that damage then. But you never know, man. Long race. One caution. This could turn solid real quick. He still get a top 10 with that bad boy.
Oh, that was Drew Farniars that saved it there.
Wheelman.
Now, if you're in him, unfortunately, your tires are pretty much scarred, I feel like, for the rest of this run. You're just kind of holding on. Freenage. Whoops. Freenage. Oh, we got some people on pit road.
Oh, look here. Pete stops. Some of these guys coming in early. You got Boyd, Dalton Collins. Oh! We got a
Put it
caution.
out. Oh.
Oh! Oh!
Is that Ray Alfala?
Oh, no. Look out. I'm not sure who that is. Uh-oh.
That is not right. Oh. Cody, no.
Oh, man. Ah, he was having a great run, too. What in the world? We're going to have to get a replay. What just happened? It's just like last week, or 2 weeks ago, excuse me. Oh, looks like he got a tap. Oh, man. Here we go. Replay coming up. Yeah, he tap in the middle of the corner, just like Daytona 2 weeks ago. Caution right as the first green flag pit stops hit. Ooh, up the track.
Truck on the inside just got tight. He did nothing wrong, and that's gonna put a damper on his race.
Ah, man, hate to see that. That's a tough break. He's having a good run. Yeah, like you said, just truck on the bottom washes up there and just can't quite keep it off him. Ah, man.
Logan Clampett, I believe that was on the top. He had nowhere to go. His truck's sandwiched. That sucks.
Yeah, he was getting after it early. Yeah, looks like we got some Pete stops here. Leaders coming in.
Yeah, I'd expect pretty much everybody to or freshies and fuel at this point.
Now, it's going to be interesting to see because those guys that did hit pit road, looks like they stayed on the lead lap, and they're going to cycle to the front. That's Boyd and Dalton Collins. And then we'll see how these leaders come out of here. Breyer, Dan, and Merch. Here we go. Oh, first pit box.
Breyer got that race off pit road.
Nice. All right, well, what does that leave us with? 70-some to go. This is going to reset it here and pretty much make this, I guess, a one-stopper to the end for everybody.
Yep, definitely a one-stopper at this point.
Kind of takes away the strategy, but except for just when you make that pit stop, that's something I was never really quite good at. You know, when the hell you pit? You want to, because it's kind of weird. You want to have draft help around here, especially when you come out of the pits. You don't want to just pit and then come out by yourself. You also want to pit with track position. Kind of, it depends on a lot of things and where you come out and when you come in. But aside from that, I just have to imagine it's gonna be a brawl here to the end.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much of a benefit clean air is going to be at this track. I feel like I would lean towards pitting late if they get to that point, just because you get that draft help. You don't have to work the truck as hard coming up to the field.
Yeah, I guess it always as well depend on tire where it gives you the option of short fuel and then short tires. I guess right sides or whatever. Because I would imagine what you can go probably pretty close to 50, right? So, um, that would get you what it lasts like 20 or so to go, depending. But yeah, we'll see, man. I'd have to imagine. You know how these go a lot of the time. We get one caution. We saw it Tuesday night. The old good old one caution after a bit, get everybody back bunched up. They call it cautions and breed cautions. We start junking them up. Hopefully they don't fall to the same fate that pros did on Tuesday night.
Yeah, that turned into a little bit of a mess there mid race on Tuesday, but I have a feeling this race is going to be a little bit cleaner. Um, One point that has come up in my mind after this first pit stop is number of tire sets. I believe they've got 3 in the pits, and pretty much everybody just used their first. I don't, but if they keep going at this rate, I think they should be good until the end of the race on tires.
Okay. Trying to figure out. Man, Agnell Phillips got binary on his truck. You read binary? I do not. I don't know what his
I
deck
do
lid
not read
says.
binary.
That's great. A little hidden message on that one. Running P6 at the moment. Good run for Agnell tonight.
Few trucks taking the wave around. Boyd Hogan,
Ah, yeah,
Logan
okay.
Clampett, Dalton Collins.
So I called that out wrong. I thought they cycled, but they did not cycle. It was close, but yeah, it actually kind of stinks for them then. They're going to lose a lot of track position. They're going to come around here with fresh stuff, but yeah, out the tail end of the field. But
Yeah, they got a long road to hoe.
Well, about time to get this thing back going. Breyer, Buttafuoco up in there. Get Kenny Humpy up second row now, alongside Merch. Michael P. Frisch up in there. Agnell Phillip. Eric Royce. Mercurio. Oh boy, here we go. Big jump. Sorry, I'm watching I'm in the session. I'm in the grandstands. My fault. I'm a little early.
A couple seconds behind, but it's all good. Yep, Breyer's got himself a nice car length lead. More than that. More like 3 truck lengths. Probably gonna close up pretty quickly.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. He got way out there. But that might work out good. He might be able to really stretch out this pack. That's definitely what I'm trying to do if I'm the lead truck right there. Get out. I mean, as long as you can protect the bottom and don't get past yourself, I want to stretch this thing out as much as possible. Get away from everybody. Get out as big as lead as you can. Especially how drafty it is.
Have to do that though with this draft.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen the draft get broken until tires start wearing in at this track.
These guys racing hard though. Look at this. Oh, 2-3 wide. Here we go. That's Ray poking out.
Ray throwing it 3.
Hope it ends better than Daytona. He tried throwing it 3 2 weeks ago. Ooh. Ended up upside down. Much better this time around. Here we go. Get some apron action. Yeah. Oh.
That's Daytona though. Daytona, you're kind of at the mercy of the pack. Here, you've got a little bit more control over your destiny.
He's working on it. Here we go back at the front. Look at this.
Out of the lead.
Oh, come on. 3?
The lead.
Merge looking for it. Not quite.
Buttafuoco taking over that top spot as we saw him doing that first run early on.
Oh, Breyer wants it back. Oh,
though.
There we go. We're racing now. All right. Come on. And Merch is going to slide up in there on the bottom then.
That lack of drafting help, that's going to hurt you in the corners there. Just lost a car length of space up on Buttafuoco.
Yes, we haven't really had a whole lot of guys up there in that top side. That far up the yeah, you see Briar Fire Fowl just right back up in there. Um, that bottom's fast, man. Look, these guys are almost like three truck tandem. Merch's
Birch
gonna
looking
move
for
it.
the lead.
Come on, strong round 1 and 2.
See if he falls to the same fate that Briar did. And just oh, that top line looks like it might be forming though.
Yeah, slowly but surely. He's gonna fall to the bottom there. And Merch is still left by himself again, but he's holding it pretty good. And him holding it pretty well is gonna allow those guys to come up there and give him some help. But gonna have to hold on just a second. Here they come. Oh man, we're about to get. This is really about to look like Daytona here in a second. We get two even lanes of this.
Yep,
Oh man.
we've gone plate mode now. Outside lines forming. Doesn't look like many. Oh, yeah, it doesn't look like many people are saving tires.
Oh man, you know what's even better? We're gonna get to do this for 3 weeks in a row. Next or 2 weeks from now, Thursday, Atlanta Super Speedway. I believe Jordy and Mali's gonna be calling that one. Catch it live on Maconi Entertainment. Oh man, look at this.
That one should be a fun broadcast for sure. A lot of energy in the booth for that race.
Oh man, there we go. They are even now. We got us a race 2 by 2 by there's a space down there on the bottom, but pretty much 2 by 2 by 2. Yeah, where else did somebody make a third line? Can you make a third line work around here? Maybe 1 and 2, but probably not in 3 and 4. I'd have to imagine.
Maybe later in the run, but not quite yet.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh!
and we've got problems.
Put it out. The back of the pack goes pretty far back there. Somebody around in 1 and 2. A little half spin action. Kwame?
That Kwame, man. I know he's on Nexus Esports. I believe this is Kwame's first year really being in top split for Road to Pro. One of the up and comers.
It's like, was that Drew there with damage on the right side, I think? Let's see what happened here. Oh, he's going to get some help. Look out. Oh!
Woo!
Oh, my goodness. Some of those guys are coming in hot. Kind of came to a stop right there in the groove. I think that was Drew trying to miss it there around the top. Didn't quite miss it. Some of those guys I don't think lifted.
Well, he missed Kwame, but unfortunately that led to his door getting smashed in on the right side.
Yeah, it's tough.
Thank you, lights. Didn't see that wreck. I believe that's McCollum in the 21 truck that may have helped him around a little bit.
Drove through him there, yeah.
I wouldn't say drove through him. It was just a bad bump going into the corner. Wrong time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of comparisons to Daytona, but I don't really bump draft a whole lot of Vegas. I don't know. But we got these guys coming down pit road, more service. Close to halfway. Lap 45. Kwame's gonna get some damage repaired. Some of these other guys, as well as I believe Eugene, who had some earlier damage, gives those guys an opportunity to fix some more damage. Perhaps try to squeak some more spots out of this. We've only got one truck lap down. It's Joseph the second.
I said that these guys are going to be comfortable on tires during the last caution, and I think I'm regretting that point now because some of these guys that pit under this yellow, I don't know if it was all of them. I wasn't really paying attention, but I think they've only got one set left in the pits now.
Tire lottery? Are you suggesting?
Possibly.
Uh-oh. Wouldn't be surprised.
We get another untimely yellow. It's definitely the possibility is there.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised we didn't get more of that, at least in my Road to Pro journey. But it's just like the races aren't quite long enough, or they usually go just too much green flag. But mostly the races just quite aren't long enough. But this one, I don't know, 5-10 laps at a time. Could get interesting.
Gonna do some research here. Look back at this. I wonder who the first truck on tires was.
Still got the pace lights on.
Majority of the pack actually stayed out. Kyle F. Dragon, I believe, was the first truck in.
And where is he now? Oh, P27.
Or was this the wrong lap? Am I dumb?
Yeah, I think that is the wrong lap. It looks like I think we had McCullum, who stopped from 18th. And then yeah, Dragon from P15. Looks like was
Oh
the
yeah,
earliest up. So
Kyle was the first one in. I just missed all the stragglers. There were quite a few of them.
yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how these guys then kind of come up through here. Yeah, I mentioned Eugene earlier. His back bumper is looking a lot less like a U. Straighten that thing back up, looking good. I think we got the one to green. Sweet.
Interesting. Jake Nichols just coasted through pit road. Said he did not want tires. I believe James Holzer did the same thing. Nope, he stopped in his box. Just topped off, I guess. Some interesting strategies back there.
Looks like Breyer still leads this bad boy. Ray's cracked the top 10. He was getting after it earlier, just off that restart there. How about Marcus Ruckman up there? P16. Cracked the top half after riding the back for quite a bit early on. Marching his way to the front.
Making his way up there. We've got a new face on the outside pole for this restart. Kenny Humpy starting second.
Here we go. Oh boy, pace car's off. Let's try this again, shall we?
And they're rolling. Green, green, green. We're back racing.
This guy's diving on the apron. Once again, Breyer, nice little jump. Looks like Rich leading top up there. Oh, what the hell?
Again, outside. Mainly inside line for like the first 4 trucks, and then get to 5th is probably the first side-by-side battle.
Hey, Michael P. Frisch coming up in there on the bottom. Always like to see that Bar Visuals truck. Looking good. Big fan of the purple. The merch dropping bottom.
Inside is definitely the place to be on these restarts.
Yeah, no kidding. It looks like bottom's inside a place to be quite a while off the restart at least. I guess these guys probably got some laps on their tires now, but can't imagine it's probably going to change a whole lot, right?
It might a little bit. They've got a heat cycle on them. Those tires cooled down under the caution. That was probably their first. That was their first restart on old tires. Didn't look like there was too much wheel spin. But I completely forgot about that. They're not on fresh tires at the moment.
But some are. And we'll have to track. We'll have to kind of keep an eye on some of those guys coming up through. I'm just looking at the leaderboard now. They haven't made it very far. 26 and 27 so far. But matter of fact, just updated McCollum, I think, up P21. So McCollum's at least making some moves. He was on it there earlier before that caution came out.
Fairly certain no matter what you do at this point, you do have to pit under green if they make it that far. So I believe everybody's just kind of gung-ho, burning their tires off because it's going to be a pretty short run to the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get all you can get after it while you can. But this is definitely a really pivotal part of the race. You want to, I mean, you want to set yourself up here for this last run, and especially getting on pit road. You don't want to make any mistakes there. That's really going to determine how this race plays out for you, I reckon.
A lot of factors into where you end up at the end. You, like you said, no mistakes on pit road. You want a lot. You want that track position going on the pit road, and you got to pit at the right time to give yourself that track position to be there at the end. Tough mix.
Yeah, for sure. Especially early on, man. A lot of mistakes early on, but come fall, man, get that all tightened up. Get all those mistakes out of the way. Make a run of the contender series. Oh boy, here we go.
Kenny Humpy looking at the bottom, trying to
Mm-hmm.
take that lead away from Breyer.
Merch falling down here. Bottom line, still 2 by 2, by 2 by 2.
Breyer's got a good push right now.
I'm glad we got at least got to see some racing. I was afraid this is gonna be just a fuel mileage race the whole time. Everybody's just gonna be putting around, but let's go. Scrap it.
Outside's working pretty good right now. Kenny Humpy's giving a real strong push to Breyer, and Merch is not super tucked up to Mr. Brady on the bottom there.
Yeah.
See Breyer clear to the bottom. He takes over the lead again.
Yeah, I tell you what, that Briar truck is looking stout. Took over the lead early, from Buttafuoco, and man, just a lot of pace. Looks real good out front.
You see Kenny Humpy fall back to third behind
Ooh, there we
Kenny
go.
Brady. Oh, Daniel throwing it in there.
Big center on the bottom here. Somebody sending it back there on the apron too. Yeah, here we go.
Merch.
Start making this track wide.
Daniel trying to spoil the Kenny and Kenny show as we have Kenny Brady going for the lead.
Yeah, here we go. Side by side. Kenny's looking stout.
2 by 2 for the first 2 rows. I'll tell you what, this is some exciting racing.
Yeah, not bad. I'm curious to see when these guys are how they're gonna tackle this pit road situation here. Especially if any team trucks kind of pivot each other, any kind of alliance and stuff like that, or if a caution comes out, ruins all that strategy, and we just get the broad out for the last however. But um, these guys are getting after it for sure up front. That's kind of fun though. I don't know. It takes a lot of the strategy away from it. At least if you got a fast truck, you just go up there and let it rip. Pit whenever you please, I suppose.
Yeah, something tells with the way these guys are racing, I would feel like when you're pitting is in the back of your mind right now.
That's true.
They're sort of single filing it out, getting a little bit more organized again at the front. Breyer still leading the charge.
I tell you what, look at that. Look at that white truck up there on the top. That's Alex McCollum. Was in that last caution. Came down tires. He is P7 now. Last time by. Was P21 last time I checked. Restarted P28, I think. So I'd say, however old lap, fresher tires he's got on these guys in front, I'd say it is quite the advantage. But now can he pass these last handful or so?
I do have a feeling he's going to get there by the time they pit with how fast he's going. Will he make it to the lead? I'm not sure, but he's going to get damn close.
That's definitely better than how he was going there for me. That was good, but it's just, man, and you hope, I guess at that point, you don't get a caution there late. I don't know how many sets of tires he's got, but obviously there's a limit there, and he's got pretty close out to match it. But he's got it rolling right now. That was a good call.
He's kind of the first truck on the outside right now, all by himself. Doesn't have a whole lot of help, but despite that, he's still making it work. Actually, as I say that, it looks like the groove may be shifting up to the middle lane there.
Yeah, just noticed that everybody riding that first groove up there, at least in 1 and 2. 3, 4, everybody back wrapping up the bottom. I always like that first seam in 1 and 2. You just hit the bumps right, get that thing in roll center, drive off the corner. What a
We've
few
got
mile and
some
a half. I
takers on
like.
pit road.
Yeah, here we go. 14.
That's Boyd Hogan is one of them. Casey
Mm,
Tucker the other. Couple of legacy esports cars.
yep. Yeah, Boyd was one of those takers that came in and stopped right as that caution came out. Hoping for some better luck this time around. Clean stop for both of those guys, but they will go a lap down. So I'm going to hope this one goes green for those guys. I don't imagine. We'll see. They are racing off pit road. So
Yep.
we'll see how that works out for them. Like I said, always nervous being one of the first guys on pit road because don't want to see that caution, but could certainly benefit.
Boyd was one of those for he was one of those trucks that first caution that got stuck a lap down and had to take the wave around. He's doubling down on the strategy. He has faith in it. He's doing it a second time.
So McCollum's up to 4th now. Looks like he slipped around Kenny Brady. He was racing there at Frisch.
Sheesh.
And he's on the back bumper now. Botafuco, does he keep it rolling? It looks like he's going to keep it rolling. Send it up there on the right rear of Botafuco. It looks like he's going to roll it. Just get there. And you'll have it there for 1 and 2. Should be able to roll around him there. He's on a mission.
Whoever his crew chief is right now, if things play out the way they look, they're gonna play out. That man might need a raise.
Oh, we're getting down to it, man. This guy's finally starting to single out. You can really see the handling starting to play a factor. I thought Macomb was going to get up there and roll around Botafuco, but it's not quite the grip it looked like. All these guys starting to kind of fall back in line here, right around the middle. Look at that.
I don't know if it looks like the dirty air might be starting to kick in. These Briars starting to maintain a 1 truck length, 2 truck length lead over Kenny Humpy right now.
I'm hearing pit stops being called out. I don't know from where. I think somebody's. Oh, man! Looks like somebody was missing it back there, but somebody tried. I think they might
Couple
have been. I
trucks
don't
on
know.
pit road.
Yeah, here we go. So once you start hearing people call out pit stops in game, that's everybody's like, all right, when are we pitting? And everybody really starts thinking about it then. So I'd have to imagine probably start seeing these guys coming in pretty fast. See if
Yeah,
any leaders come by this time.
we had Boyd Hogan and Casey Tucker do it earlier. Christopher Pfeffer and Chris Wylight right there. 2 sets of 2 trucks. Doesn't look like the floodgates have quite opened yet, though. Maybe a little early.
Yeah, I'm just looking to see how those first 2 trucks came in. It's interesting because you mentioned those are 2 team trucks that came in, those first 2, Boyd and Casey. They're nose to tail right now. It'd be interesting to see how they come out for some of those other guys since they're kind of organized and really working together. A lot of times, you come off pit road, you're side by side with whoever, and you're racing, slowing each other down, all that nonsense. But they're making pretty good speed, I'd have to imagine right now. But they also are well behind a lot of those guys. Getting the wave around. So at least Boyd was. I hear a lot of people calling out pit stops now. I think we're gonna. Oh yeah.
It looks like oh boy. I don't know where the orange cone is.
There it is.
I
Looks like
think
everybody
Daniel
made it
made
pretty
it.
well. Yeah.
I don't know if this track has an orange cone, but that looked like it was going to be sketchy, but everything worked
Careful.
out.
A lot of trucks on pit road at the same time. but it looks like you're all gonna cleanly make it in there. And as long as you don't make the slide through your pit box, easy to do.
Looks like everybody's pretty comfortably in their stall there. Here comes the rest of the field. We got
Oh
one
yeah.
truck
Woo!
staying out.
Oh man, that's a sharp turn on a pit road, man. That's a tough one. Everybody doing a good job there. Oh boy, man. Well, yeah, like you said, it's about everybody. So it's gonna give us just under 30 laps to go or so to scrap this one out.
Yes, sir. And I believe our teammate Seth the Merchant all by himself out there.
Yep.
He must know something we don't know.
Yeah, even Marcus brought it down to pit road. Merch is staying out there. He is getting some laps, like getting them bonus points. Now there's no bonus points for this, but he'd be getting some if there was.
I mean, I like the strategy. It's a bold move. If it plays out for him, he's gonna look super smart.
I remember one of the Road to Pro races from last season at Bristol. We'd stayed out for 100 laps, I think. My right front was deceased. It was me, Merch, and Donnie at the time, with 3 people on the lead lap, and I couldn't take it anymore. I stopped for 5 laps early, and that thing came out like 3 laps later. I was so pissed. I'm telling you, this strat, it works, and it makes you feel so good when it does. But man, sometimes it don't. But I like the creativity. I always like to see somebody give it a go. Let's see
Oh,
how it works out for me.
oh! They were wrecking in the back.
Oh,
Oh, they're
off
under
the
the
racetrack though. Are
Yep,
they
they're
gonna
under
put
the
it
white
out?
line. That's not gonna be a yellow. Not yet, at least. I don't know. We're gonna see some more
Wow.
shenanigans this week.
Yeah, no shenanigans this time. Every once in a while, somebody throw it up there in a reverse, bring out a caution. But props to these guys for keeping it the hell off the track. We appreciate that. Right on.
Tell you who doesn't appreciate that is Seth the Merchant
Seth the
out there.
Merchant. That's right. Yep, he is pissed. I have to see the replay. If we can't get a replay, what happened back there with those guys? But Seth the Merchant still out there. Larry Pace, say 4 seconds back. Still has yet to pit. A handful of these guys. Looks like 8 trucks still out there. But you know the interesting thing, I'm looking at the leaderboard here. The first 2 guys. We're looking at replay. Is this replay here?
Don't think this is quite where the right cap, or maybe it is.
I don't know. Let's watch and see what happens.
Pit road.
Apron. Oh no! What in the world did I just watch? It looks like he just pulled right up there in front of him. These guys
Yeah,
racing down the middle of the back. Well, that's interesting.
Can't quite do that, unfortunately.
All right. Well, back to the front then.
Yeah.
As I was saying, you see the first 2 trucks a lap down that have cycled out with tires. Casey Tucker and Boyd Hogan. Those guys who stopped. First guys to pit. Fresh tires. And, they were working good together. I don't know how far, what the gap is then to Breyer. But that has certainly seemed to work out. As a matter of fact, I believe I see him right there behind Merch, about to unlap themselves.
Yeah, they have a little bit of a lead over Breyer and whoever's pushing Breyer. I think it's Breyer and Christopher Pfeffer is the one who's behind him, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Breyer's got like 5 lap fresher tires, maybe. I believe he's gonna run him down.
Yeah, you'd have to imagine so. I don't know though if these guys can keep working together, but I would imagine these guys probably they've got a just looking at it now they've got a strong line of trucks. And, if they've certainly all got fresher tires than those guys, they're probably gonna. Ooh boy, I'm excited though because it sounds like Merch is finally coming in. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how fast these guys catch him and when they do what happens. Because, oh man, I'd like to see some strategy playing out here though.
Alex McCollum making a move to the bottom.
Our Merch coming in, there he is. Didn't quite get the yellow. Should have had it, but
To see
ah,
Merch. Hopefully, Merch doesn't screw up on pit road here,
ah,
unlike a certain race at Darlington in the Contender Series.
driving good. So that leaves Larry Pace out there now. Once again, stayed out. Hoping for that caution. But can't imagine any of these guys going to be able to make it to the end. But can always
He's
catch that caution.
sitting there doing the caution dance right now.
Somebody junk it, please.
I mean, he's got the points to do some wacky strategies. He won the last race. He's got a good bit to lay back on. Heck, this could even be his drop week.
It looks like Breyer has already passed the two trucks, Casey Tucker, Boyd Hogan. As a matter of fact, that whole group is already going by. I didn't think they'd catch him that quickly. But
Merch just pulled out of the pits kind of right behind Larry Pace. Probably quite a ways behind this lead draft, I would imagine.
Yeah, Breyer is moving. There we go. See him going around some lap
Lap
trucks.
trucks there. The damaged trucks of Logan Clampett and Drew Freenage, I believe.
Yeah, we've had a couple guys retire. Looks like Joseph too, and Marcus L. Rockman. I'm sad to report. Both 9 and 10 laps down. Tough.
Guess those were the trucks involved in that backstretch incident.
Yep.
Looks like we've got a slight breakaway from the top three trucks. Battle back there for, well, they just got kind of organized now, but I believe that was for about sixth in the pack.
Yeah, it's really starting to get strung out now with green flag pit stops. It's really, when it shows the efficiency getting on and off pit road, getting in and out of your box, and just all the little miscellaneous details. But once again, the guys that are up front did it quite well, and it cycled right back there. Breyer, Botafuco, Zach Nichols up in there. McCollum then, with that good strategy call, has cycled and made that work quite well. Recovered that track position and then some. And Larry Pace, Kwame's still out there. Gonna have to make one more pit stop for this thing's over with, but they've stretched it pretty far.
Gotta think, well, Kwame and Larry must have pit under that last caution there, and although I don't believe they can make it to the end, they can make it really close on fuel, I think. So I'd imagine they're not going to pit until like maybe 5 to go.
Interesting. Well, still chance to catch that caution then. I can't imagine these guys are probably going to chunk it up here at the front for this, but you never know. Just looking at the leaderboard, I mean, it's a pretty nice little group of trucks. But yeah, at this point, I don't know. I think that was our one opportunity for a yellow to shake this one up. Was down the back there with whatever that was.
Well, I know when I was in Road to Pro, these guys, the whole front pack is kind of the top 10. And although obviously you do want that win, if you're smart about it, you're probably happy with the top 10. And I would just kind of ride if the opportunity presents itself. Maybe push it, but I'm not taking any big risks this early in the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm the same way. Especially if your race didn't go the way you wanted at Daytona, you need some good valuable points. Yeah, I mean that's a lot of what it is. I mean it's great to win, but man, top fives, top tens, especially, those are great. That was all you need. You don't need much more than that.
Yep.
we're getting down
Single
to it.
file. Yep, single file there for the first four. They've kind of started to break away from the rest of the top 10 there. Interesting how this second half of the race is playing out. Actually, you know what? I believe that that 21 truck of Alex McCollum, he may have been one of the first people to pit road because he looks like he's starting to back it up a little bit. I believe slightly older tires may be to blame for that.
Oh man, I'm just looking through this top 10. A lot of fast names up in here, man. I'm interested to see how some of these guys close out these last couple laps. Like I said, man, Breyer's just been fast all night. It's gonna be tough to get around him and make it stick in these closing laps. I'd have to imagine. Buttafuoco has really been on it too. He had a real strong season last year, and have to imagine he's going to come out and have a great year this year as well in the Road to Pro system. Um, some of these guys saw Ray up there leading this next kind of group up there. And McCollum's still up there on that strat call, just hanging, just hanging, just hanging.
Oh, and I believe that's Kwame on the pit road now.
Yep.
He's given up on his pray for a caution run going there.
Yes, that leaves Larry out there. Only truck still out there with has yet to pit, and yeah, he's keeping that bad boy out there. Never know, trying to catch that caution.
I mean, he's got a comfortable lead over the next truck. I believe it's around 15 seconds, but I mean, if he somehow has the fuel to make it, I will be amazed.
I'd love to see that. I made 15 seconds a lot of time to play with. I think he's pitting. I'll have to wait and see
I
here.
do believe, yep,
Oh, there
you
he is.
are right.
Dang.
Man.
Well, he stretched it as far as he could. Not quite, but get some tires on it, get some fuel in it. Probably quick stop for him there. Yep. Get out of there real quick. See if you can't salvage this one. It's a good run, especially you win Daytona, score a lot of points round one. Might as well have a go around two. See if you can't start off with 2 wins. Go 2 for 2, but not this time for old Larry.
Yep, now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. About 5 to go, coming to 6. Daniel's still within striking distance for that win.
Yeah, who you picking at this point? Because at this point, I have to imagine these 4 guys are probably going to duke it out for the win. Was that Ray coming up there, P5? He might have a go at this if it really gets, if they really get to brawling. But I have to say, it's probably going to be one of these 4 trucks.
I think Breyer is a pretty safe bet. He's looked like he's had the dominant truck all night. He's my pick without a question.
Yeah, I'm quite partial to Dan. I know he's got a fast truck. He's been one of the only few other guys who've led some laps here in this race. So he's starting to get a little tight off the corner, maybe. But yeah, I think you're right. It's definitely going to be tough to get around Breyer here. A lot of experience, Coke Series last year. Was really, really close to making it back. And certainly wants to make it back at the end of this year.
You have with the wear and the tires these guys have. At this point, if you're Breyer, I think you can't let Dan get to your inside. If you just keep that outside, you're pretty much golden.
And if you're P3, look at that. There's P4 trying to make a move. That's Kenny on Zach Nichols. Some of these guys, it's getting to that point in the run, getting tight off the corner, not sticking too good. Trying to get a run on next guy in front of you. It's tough. It's that dirty air. Pryor's out there just cruising right now, clean air. Doesn't care what in the world's going on behind him.
Yeah, Kenny Brady back there trying to get some clean air on his nose on the outside as they come to 2 to go.
Oh, man.
We got to move for third. Kenny Brady down on the inside.
Yeah, here we go. If you're one of these guys, you're gonna have to do it quick. And those guys racing is gonna bring Ray up here into the mix. If you're one of those guys, you're like, oh man, you want to see another group catcher? You want to make these passes here real quick. Here comes Ray. He's gonna make a move at it. He's been running fast too. It'd be interesting to see, what he can make over here in the last lap. But oh boy, here we go.
Take the white flag. Breyer still leading. Will Budafuco have anything left in the tank?
Breyer opened it up there in 1 and 2. He's gonna get a nice run off of 2. I think that's a good move. Have a lot of space down here in the 3 and 4. No pressure.
Yeah, Dan went low through 1 and 2. That killed his momentum down the back. He's a truck length back coming off for it. Doesn't look like he's got it.
Had a boy Breyer cross the line. Hell of a race for him. Truck looked stout. You could tell that was a race winning truck there from lap 1. Hell of a race by him. Dan, great recovery. After crashing in Daytona, good points for him. Ray, especially up there as well, crashing to Daytona in top split 2 weeks ago. Good points for him. Where'd my man Merch end up? Our man Merch. P13 for pitting that late. Not too bad. Finished P2 in Daytona. Be another decent point stay for him. That was a pretty darn good race, man. Like I said, I was afraid it was going to be fuel miles. Everybody was going to be, coasting around here for 100 laps, and we weren't going to get a whole lot of racing. But right timely cautions, man. We ended up having a pretty good show.
Yep, good bit of action. Few cautions here and there, but nothing that ruined the race. And good bit of strategy there at the end. And Breyer showed that he had the best truck tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. You can do his burnouts. Burn it down. Blow it up. Don't need the motor. Yes, sir. That's the best part. Yeah, he's going to be one to look out for. Real strong start already for him for round 1. Looking to hopefully cruise into that top 70, get to round 2, and get on back to contender. Yeah, turn all the way down to pit road. Very nice.
This little cap on the night there. Pull her right back in the pit stall.
Well, let's see if we can get some finishing results here from FTF. Beautiful track, though. Mountains. What a wonderful night.
If we were really in Vegas, Breyer'd be having one hell of a night after this race.
Yes, sir. Hey,
I know I would.
Still time to celebrate. Crack open a cola. Let's look at. Oh man, look at there. Yeah,
That's an overview.
Party down there in the infield tonight, huh? Virtual Las Vegas. If you're racing there in real life this weekend, look something like that. I know we got some finishing results somewhere. Why did everybody finish, FTF? We'll figure it out at some point.
Loading them up.
Well, this might be a good time to tell you about the future events coming up at Maconi Entertainment. Coming up, what the hell is today? Today is the March the 2nd. Well, coming up on the 4th, we got the Drivers Gauntlet Round 6, Xfinity at Charlotte. The next day after that, March the 5th, the 2023 American Canadian Tour at Stafford Motor Speedway. And then 2 weeks from today, we got the next round of Road to Pro Round 1, continuing with the 3rd race in the season. Oh, we got some finishing results here. Look at this. What we got, Ryan?
Looks like, obviously, we got Breyer taking down the win. Dan Budafuco coming home second. Zach Nichols, Kenny Brady, Ray Alfala, Agnew Phillip, Michael Frisch, Brian Mercurio, Kenny Humpy, and Alex McCollum rounding out the top 10.
Couple names back here catch my eye. Like I said, Merch coming back, pitting late. Navarro, P15. Casey Tucker, Boyd Hogan, some of those guys to pit way early. First guys to make their final pit stops ended up 17th and 18th. Um, Looking down on the rest of it, looks like we had 31 finished on the lead lap, and a couple of these guys with some damage towards the back.
Not a
Had
lot of
two retirements back in there, Joseph and Marcus L. Ruckman.
not a lot of love for the Fords up here in top split, man. First Ford was 16th.
Yeah, I heard the Fords weren't too good this week in the wind tunnel. They might be having another rough week next week. We'll see. There you go. There's the last of the results there for Las Vegas. Round number 2 in the books. Let me catch up on that last event. Make sure to catch the next round of the Procast, episode 3, 2 weeks from now at Atlanta. That's going to be one you're not going to want to miss. Atlanta Super Speedway. And they're going to put on a show commentated by Coke drivers Jordy Lopez and Malik Ray. So that is going to be one exciting Procast. You're not going to want to miss that one. They're going to put on a show. They're going to have a very good time. There's some beautiful shots on the trucks here from the night of Vegas. I believe we're going to be passing this one on to FTF. I think they're doing some post-race interviews. But calling the action tonight was myself, Michael Cozy Jr., joined by Ryan Doucette in the booth, and Noah Rempel producing. As always, we'd like to thank our viewers for tuning in for tonight's racing action, and a special shout out, of course, goes to the entire staff for their work in bringing this racing to you. Be sure to stay tuned on all our social media pages, and we hope to see you at our next event. This has been a production of Maconi Entertainment. We wish you all a wonderful night.